Warning, we are a spoilers podcast. At times we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. Alright, pussies, this is your final warning.
Welcome to another glorious episode of the Cinematic Anarchy podcast, the podcast that asks, why does Jim Henson's child dream of purple pussy hair on a puppet? Today, with me, we have Miss Piper.
Hello.
I didn't do the introduction thing like we were supposed to do. I'm Chris, this is Piper. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
No, we got it good the last time, and then after stumbling on my tongue yet again, I just said, let's just fly in and do what we normally do, man. Forget the new shit.
You mean all that cinema?
Yeah, the same Michigas. Michigas? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Michiganas?
Michiganas? No, I think Michigas is what I was looking for. Michigana is something different.
I don't know. I don't speak Yiddish. I don't know.
I don't speak whatever that is. To the point that I don't even know what that is. You can call it Yiddish, but I don't... Yiddish? Yiddish.
Yiddish?
Radish. Well, I don't speak radish.
You don't speak radish?
I don't speak radish, no. I've never spoken radish a day in my life. It's a little bitter on the tongue. So, today we're continuing the theme. Oh, and I am El Jefe. I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't drink anything. I'm clean. I showered. I don't know why I needed to tell people I'm clean.
Maybe that's the problem, is that you're clean.
I'm clean. And with the filth usually goes the filthy mind. So I washed it all off. It's down the drain now. I don't know what to do. I washed all that filth down the drain. All the good filth. The happy filth.
All the good filth. It's like when you take biotics or antibiotics and you get rid of all the good about probiotics.
Probiotics?
You get rid of all the good stuff too.
Right. So you take the antibiotics while eating probiotics, and then you wait for the war to happen in your stomach.
Yeah, I've already got enough of that going on right now.
No, it usually comes out in the end, but we're good.
It's like being sick. I got a war of the world going on in my body.
Yeah. So a lot of dedication right there. You're sick as a dog, and I heard you hacking and coughing a few minutes ago. I know there's going to be a little editing on this podcast. You know,
just a little.
You just got to do me a favor. When you know you're going to cough, just that way I can stop. We know there's a nice little point where I can edit it all out. You know. Well,
I'll try to.
Yeah, power to the coughing. Yeah. So, moving on. Anyway, we are kind of sticking with a theme today. We watched the last couple of times. We watched Willy's Wonderland and Five Nights at Freddy's, so we felt it was sort of a natural progression to go with Jim Henson's... Oh, it's not Jim Henson, it's David Henson, isn't it? Jim Henson is no longer with us.
Henson Alternative.
Yes, Henson Alternative. H-A, ha. That is Brian Henson's attempt at making more adult fare with Jim Henson puppets. And this didn't take off. I don't know why. It was funny as fucking hell.
Wait, this is... I thought there was just like one project out of many.
No, I don't think there's been anything else as far as I can tell.
Well, it does take a while to make movies.
True, but like everything
else, not popular or something.
Well, it doesn't look like he's done a whole lot, like Brian Henson in general. Like, because the last thing, it literally goes the Happy Time Murders, then like Muppet Treasure Island, Muppet Christmas, The Labyrinth, a very merry Muppet something or other, and I don't see anything else here that I guess he had a Muppet Haunted Mansion movie at one point. So before all the new Haunted Mansion thing came out, there was a Muppet Haunted Mansion, I guess.
Okay, I think I saw commercials or something for that.
I didn't even know it existed. It's not one of those things that I was like, oh.
It's not something that stuck in my mind.
Right. So I don't know what David Hansen, he's one of the Hansen brothers. You didn't know that Jim Henson was also the son of the Hansen brothers.
Doo-wop.
They just changed the one letter in their name because they didn't want to be associated with Kermit. I have no fucking clue.
They didn't want Kermit raining on the parade while singing doo-wop.
Come on, the Hanson brothers looked like little Muppets anyway. Little boy Muppets singing. No?
Well, when I first saw them, I thought they were girls singing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, just because of the high pitch.
The high pitch, the long hair.
They were kids. There was a couple of them that hadn't even hit puberty yet.
Okay. In fairness, I hadn't hit puberty at that point either yet, but still.
It's okay. Well, the Hanson brothers were. I had long since hit puberty. This is the age gap between us here. Yeah, just showing a little bit. I had long since hit puberty by the time the Hanson brothers came along. My kids were just starting to hit puberty. And
see, I keep thinking that there's not that much of an age gap between us.
this is what, like a good 10 years at least. This is a decade.
I just turned 36.
Yeah, this is a decade between us. I'm about to turn 47.
Oh wow.
I'm old.
But so you don't look it.
I'm old.
You're like the crypt keeper.
Well, I mean, he was a suave guy, you know.
Well, you probably well, you know what? You probably remember when the crypt keeper came out, because when he came out, I was probably either barely born or not born yet.
I remember when the fucking crypt keeper was buried.
When he was what?
Buried. The whole idea
Okay,
behind the crypt keeper is he is a dusty skeletal corpse that came back from the dead, basically, to tell creepy stories. He's basically a dusty zombie trying to scare you with fireside tales of horror. I remember when you'd missed the joke. Oh, why am I explaining myself?
I don't know. Why are you explaining yourself?
I'm so old, I remember when he was buried. And then you're just like, what?
I got the... No. See, here's the thing. I got the joke the second time you said it, but then you thought you needed to explain it. I was going to let you explain.
I mansplained it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wasn't going to say all of that.
See? Look, I'm canceling myself right now.
That's on you, sir.
Yep.
It's like, I wasn't going to say all that because I don't get into all that shit.
There's nothing I can do about it now. I could...
See, what had to happen was we're going to get back to the Happy Child murders.
Control-Alt-Delete. Let's go on. So, the Happy Time Murders, which is apparently no longer on my phone. What happened? I had the whole thing sitting down in front of me, and then I decided to deep dive David Henson, and see if he had done anything else that I remembered. He did some Hulu movie that had nothing to do with puppets. So, I think maybe was just like a little side joke for himself, because that was 4 years ago.
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was 2018. No, that's 5 years ago.
Well, I remember my boyfriend wanting to watch it, and I think we watched it during, we actually watched it during COVID. We never went out to see it, but we did see it on Netflix during COVID.
Quick disclaimer, I may or may not be able to edit out all of the coughing that Piper is currently doing.
I am sorry! But I'm here. I want us to be able to get stuff out to our peoples.
Right. We hit #1 on Good Pods.
Yay,
in
yes.
film and TV. You have that little asterisk. In film and TV. Technically, as of right now, when we're recording this, we're about number 7 overall. So the fact that we're in the top 10, nothing to spit at.
Yay, yes.
Yay! Now, we just need to get to the point where we have our own Patreon and all that other stuff running, coming soon to a new year near you. Because,
a new year near you.
I'm not saying it's coming up anytime. Well, it's not going to be in a movie theater, is it? I'm not going to...
No.
So, anyway, Happy Time Murders imagines a world where Muppets and puppets are actual people, or another species that lives alongside of humans, but humans sort of use and abuse the puppets, so to speak.
Well, it's one that you can liken it to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Instead of cartoons, just puppets.
Oh, you know what? I know this is a little late. I realize this is a little late now, but technically, we could consider this our Thanksgiving episode, even though we didn't get the actual Thanksgiving movie that we wanted to do out of the way. We can...
Is this because there's things with stuffing in here?
Okay, that's kinda... That's not where I was going with that. If I'm not mistaken, the clerk at the porn store is... Oh, no, he's a vulture. Never mind, he's a vulture. I thought he was a turkey. Oh, I thought he was a turkey. Never mind. My apologies.
No, he's not a human fucking turkey.
No, he's not a human fucking turkey. Or a turkey fucking human. Anyway. No, so basically the Happy Time Murders stars Maya Rudolph and Melissa McCarthy. It was done by not Jim Henson, but Brian Henson, Jim Henson's son. Also stars Joel McHale, Cynthia. I am mispronouncing this name. Cynthy. Cynthia Wu?
Sounds about right.
I don't know.
But I also know Elizabeth Banks was in it.
Yep, Elizabeth Banks, Michael McDonald, etc., etc. There's a lot of people in here.
Oh my
Jimmy
God.
O. Wang.
Michael McDonald. All I'm thinking about him is Stewart on Mad TV.
Michael McDonald, all I think about is when I try to Google him, it always brings up the singer instead. So,
That's why you got to put Michael McDonald, actor.
right. Michael McDonald. You got to specify. Because there's more than one Michael McDonald. It's like that guy from the Office Space. You don't remember? You don't remember Office Space? Have you watched
we'll say
Office
I don't
Space?
remember. No, we'll just say I don't remember.
You've never watched Office Space, have you?
I always get the same look and same reaction every time you bring something up, and I have not watched it.
It's because sometimes I don't get it.
Look,
I
say
don't
anything
understand.
Is like the audacity of this bitch.
How could you have not
this.
seen something so classic, that the Mike Judge classic, Office Space? Okay, so basically there's a guy in Office Space whose name is Michael Bolton. And everybody asks him, are you related to the singer? No, I'm not related to the singer. Fuck you. This is also Michael Bolton, who listens to gangster rap in his car with the windows rolled down until he sees somebody that might be akin to the gangster rap, and then he rolls the windows up and turns it down real low. Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about Happy Time Murders, right? I named a couple of people in it, and then I got off track again.
Yes.
Because, Office Space, and you hadn't seen it, and
It went from Michael McDonald and you having to look for the actor instead of the singer.
I'm making a mental list of things that I gotta get you to sit down and watch.
You might want to start making a physical list, sir.
Right.
You know how your mental list goes.
What was I talking about again?
Michael McDonald, the actor, not the singer.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be talking about the Happy Time Murders.
Which Michael McDonald, the actor, not the singer, is in.
Right. Michael McDonald, the actor, not the singer, who Michael McDonald plays the producer of the Happy Time Murders, who subsequently does not get murdered, actually gets bludgeoned.
True, but there's a reason why.
Well, I mean, he gets bludgeoned because he was, he requested politely, please don't play with my balls.
And then he got knocked out by his own ball.
I've never knocked a man out with his own balls. So says Phil.
Oh, should there be a spoiler alert?
There's always a spoiler alert. You remember that thing that last podcast and the podcast before I said, we need to get you to record one.
Right.
There's always a spoiler alert at the beginning of the podcast.
Which we still need to get me to record one.
Because I don't want to waste my breath or people's time by continually saying the same thing over and over again. So I just said it once, and then I had everybody else say it once, and then I just tack it onto the beginning. Technically, I'm wasting the people who are listening to us' time because they have to listen to it. But, we're a spoiler-based podcast, so fuck it.
That
and
we are.
Now we've told them we're going to spoil it.
But in fairness, most of the movies that we do are at least a few years old or older.
So, we are following Melissa McCarthy and Phil, Melissa McCarthy is a police officer, and Phil, who is a private detective and former disgraced police puppet officer. Puppet police officer? Police puppet officer? I don't know.
He's a disgraced police officer.
He's a disgraced police officer who couldn't pull the trigger, or they thought he couldn't pull the trigger, or he hesitated.
He pulled the trigger.
He hesitated and people died. And then...
Because a bullet curved and the guy moved. Or the puppet moved.
And then for the rest of the film, purple pubes happen. So...
Pubes happen?
Yeah.
Let's not forget, there was also a scene with eight tentacles milking a cow.
Yes, the octopus milking the cow. That was that was interesting. And he's having this full conversation while this thing is open. And they're just going at it. And he's having the full conversation with the guy behind the counter. And I remember, what was it? Oh, good lord, what is it?
He was making his own porn because...
Puppet Pussy something or other.
Yeah. It was one of those things like, he started making his own because the other stuff started getting too expensive or something like that.
They were making their own because, something of that nature. I have no idea. I can't remember. Like,
I forgot because I was so focused on the things I probably shouldn't have been focused on, which was 8 tentacles reach around for the udders.
You were distracted by the cow and the tentacles. I mean, mind you, it's been a while since I watched this, and I watched most of this pre-coffee this morning, so I'm only remembering what I can. But there was a whole thing where he's basically asking the vulture behind the counter for a copy of something pussy. Puppet Pussy. Something Puppet Pussy. That's all I remember.
Was Was he asking for a copy of that, or was he doing something for an investigation?
Well, he was doing something for the investigation. So he was asking for that because he had remembered, obviously he must have bought the books at some time before, but he remembered that the font that was used in the original letter that was given to him
Right.
was the same font on the it's Puppet Pussy it's Puppet Pussy Party or something to that nature. But the P, and he goes, I remember he said something about. I remember him saying something about pee, and the guy's, "You into pee? I got some of that stuff too." It's like, no, I am not into pee.
And he turns to go get it, and we meet the first victim.
We meet the first victim, the bunny. The bunny
who squirted out glitter.
He goes, "Oh my god, I don't know why this turns me on," and I don't know if that's glitter. Did he come?
I don't know if he came or if he was peeing.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, he I don't know if he came or he was
he's
peeing.
Had 28 children at home.
And then he laid a couple eggs when he was truly scared.
Oh, God, I died. You dropped your carrot.
Right. You dropped your carrot. That's not my carrot. It's not my carrot. He was very, very nervous about being in that porn stuff. No, I do not have a crippling porn addiction. You sure? Because I think you might. Just a little.
I'm still wondering, why is he creaming glitter?
His name's Bumbly Pants.
Bumbly Pants.
Bumbly Pants the bunny.
Still want to know how he's creaming glitter.
We have Bumbly Pants the bunny, and then there's Goofer, who is probably my favorite.
Wasn't Goofer the homeless one?
Goofer was the homeless one that would suck dick for pixie sticks.
Well, let's not forget how their booger sugar looks. It's actual sugar.
Yeah, it is literally sugar. That's their
and
crack is literally pixie
into a
sticks.
diabetic coma.
It'll either put you in a diabetic coma, or if you're actually a puppet or part puppet, it'll be like ecstasy. Yeah. This is a really fucking weird movie. So it basically follows
really
Phil
good.
as he is investigating the murders of the murders of the people that participate in this show, the Happy Time
Gang,
Happy Time Variety Hour, or something to that nature. Happy Time Gang, was that what
I
it
thought
was?
It was just called Happy Time Gang.
Happy Time Gang.
But I could be wrong.
Who the only actual member of the Happy Time Gang that's human was played by Elizabeth Banks. It's weird that she's listed so far down on the list of people actually in this movie.
Considering she's like one of the few people who's not doing voice acting.
It's like, I really don't want to be associated with this film. Could you put me near the fucking bottom? Jenny.
Well, I gotta give my hats off to Maya Rudolph in this one.
Maya Rudolph was pretty funny in this, but I always liked her as an actress.
It's one of those things, like, she's been hit or miss for me, and that's mainly because the very first thing I personally remember her seeing her in was Bridesmaids, and I did not like that movie.
The first thing I remember seeing her in is as the prostitute in Idiocracy. You've not seen Idiocracy either. Okay. Moving on. It's a Idiocracy and Office Space.
You see the looks he gives me.
Done by the same people. One of these days we will go live and they can see me go, what the hell? Are you kidding me? What? You haven't seen that? I don't know what to do with you right now. All right. So, Idiocracy is a great film. If you ever get a chance to actually watch it, it is literally about this average Joe, like below average Joe actually, who gets cryogenically frozen by the military and ends up waking up like several hundred years into the future, maybe? Something of that nature.
Damn.
And the intelligence of humans has declined exponentially. So, on the verge of barely surviving. We're basically building cities on top of trash dumps.
So, this person should probably be waking up very soon then?
Oh, possibly. If I go outside on my porch, I can see Trash Mountain from here.
Oh my God.
There's a landfill that they're building, on the bend of the river over here. First of all, they're building a trash dump on the river. That seems like a lot of pollutants to me. And
last time I checked, that's not the way that Tina Turner wanted to be rolling.
Rolling down the trash hill into the river. Splash. Anyway. I don't know. Don't roll to the river. You got hypodermic needles in your leg now. What are you doing?
But yes, Maya Rudolph as Bubbles was amazing. Especially it's like you see her start out as one part. Next thing you know, she's dropping an F-bomb in almost every sentence towards the end of the movie.
Right. My favorite part for Maya Rudolph is, you know what part I'm going to talk about, aren't you?
I know exactly which part you're talking
Where
about.
she's
silly string jizz.
Yes, she's trying to ignore everything going on behind her, and she's just talking to the lieutenant and the FBI guy that played by Joel McHale.
You want some fiddle faddle?
Would you like some fiddle faddle? No, I do not want some fiddle faddle. And they walk into the room, and Phil has escaped, and like silly string falls on Joel McHale's shoulder, and she's like, "You just got a little something on your shoulder here." Just, I like that they come silly string.
Well, okay, well then that might actually answer the question about Bumbly Pants. That might have been his glitter pee.
So that's P. I'm guessing that. Well, it may be P, it may be cum. You don't know, because he said he was turned on at the time.
Yes, but we
Maybe
also
different
also
puppets.
got visual confirmation that the jizz is silly string.
Maybe Bumbly Pants is into P, and that's how he shows his appreciation for a particularly sexually aggressive moment. Did you wet yourself? Yes, because I'm excited.
If we go back a few episodes into The Exorcist, he's possessed.
He's possessed. Possessed with glitter piss?
Glitter piss means you're possessed.
I'm sorry. If Linda Blair had ejected purple glitter from her mouth and into the priest's face, that movie would have taken on a whole new bit of hilarity right there. Just what the fuck was that? I want to say that's disgusting, but that's...
made me sparkly.
What is with all the stripper glitter in this shit?
Why is it so sparkly?
My mom's a stripper. Anyway, that still doesn't tell me why the sparkly's in your mouth. We missed a step. Do you want to explain from point A to point B? Your mom's a stripper, sparkly vomit. Yeah.
Sparkly vomit, glitter piss.
Oh, she's breastfeeding to a late age. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, that's where most of the stripper glitter goes, like right here, you know? Like right on the chesticles.
Then we know exactly what's going to happen to Maya and Balak's kids. They're going to have stripper glitter coming from the mouth.
Am I wrong? I mean, it's usually, you know, I don't go to strip clubs, so like it's usually used to embellish the cleavage. Well, I've seen
you use
showgirls.
Contouring and glitter as a highlighter to embellish your boobalus.
It's used for hypnotism. It is.
Yes, because the knockers going back and forth doesn't do that already.
Right, just... What am I... Okay.
They're like, must use glitter to capture the light.
It's like Rocky Balboa at the strip club. Okay. So, I'm not sure. I want to walk through this film, but there's so much to fucking walk through. We could be here for 2.5 years. Just, all right, we done? No, we're not done yet. There's still a little bit more. We have the last 30 minutes to talk about.
We got the last hour. Come on. Right. Get it together, sir.
So, their crack is essentially, basically their nose candy is literally candy for the nose, right?
Yep.
Which, there's another movie that kind of embellishes on that, and I'll bring that one up to you a bit later. I'll show you what that movie is. Another puppet movie that talks about a lot of excessive
another
drugs.
Movie I haven't seen.
It definitely is a movie you haven't seen because it would be on the low budget side of things. They managed to
only watch high budget stuff.
They managed to use puppets almost as well as they use them here, but like there wasn't as much money thrown into the project, and there definitely was not a Henson son, I guess. Is there more than one son of Henson?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to Jim Henson.
Like he's the bride of Frankenstein? I don't know. But if candy is literally their nose candy, then why is alcohol still alcohol to them?
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, you would think that there would be something else, like...
You would think that if their candy... I mean, if candy is booger sugar for them, then maybe Kool-Aid should have been their alcohol.
Kool-Aid should have been their alcohol. Or even the syrup that they use to make soda at, like, 7-Eleven. Or, like, any place that has one of those machines. It's like a syrup bag that you just attach to the back.
Fructose corn syrup is their alcohol.
Caro syrup.
There you go.
Right? Just Caro syrup.
Caro syrup and molasses.
Something to that nature. Or just maybe maple syrup, too. Just any kind of syrup that's ultra sugary. Because, I mean, you know, they have vodka and whiskey, so on and so forth. This is the different levels of syrup that are associated with their...
Yes, and they don't smoke weed. They smoke cocoa beans.
Or I guess, seeing as it was sugary, I guess that would act as their, like... Oh, what am I thinking of? Absinthe.
I didn't think about that.
That's what I was trying to think of. Like their absinthe, because absinthe makes you not a little high or a lot high, along with the green. It's the green fairy.
And they don't. Now I'm going to watch Moulin Rouge, but they don't smoke cocoa beans. They smoke vanilla beans as their weed.
Moulin Rouge is another crazy ass film we haven't talked about yet.
It kind of is.
Yes, it's a fucking
I do love
crazy
that
film.
I love that movie, and not just for like the love aspect of it. Just like John Leguizamo was amazing in it.
John Leguizamo was amazing in it. Ewan McGregor was amazing in it. Come on, most of the cast in general.
I didn't know that Nicole Kidman could sing.
It was one of those things where you start to learn people can actually sing that you didn't know could sing. Like when I learned that Gwyneth Paltrow can actually sing.
Yeah, I still need to learn that.
Yeah.
I talk about it like it's something like it's going to help me in a class or something. I need to learn that Gwyneth Paltrow can sing.
She needs another thing now, though, because when was the last time you saw her act in anything decent?
She retired.
I guess it looks like it. Did she fully retire?
I mean, so did Cameron Diaz.
Right.
Yeah. I think Gwyneth Paltrow retired from acting. Like after the Iron Man movies and stuff.
I think a lot
after Endgame, I think she retired.
I think a lot of women retire early because then you start getting into the female cosmetic politics of Hollywood.
Well, not only that, but like there's certain roles that they look at you and be like, you can't do this because you're this age. Versus, okay, we can cast you as a grandma. It's like, well, maybe I don't want to be the grandma. It's like even 50 years old, you can still be a hot mama doing stuff.
I can't imagine Cameron Diaz in a grandma role. I can't.
Well, I mean, hell, it's like the last thing I think I saw Cameron Diaz was Bad Teacher.
That's what I was going to say. Bad Teacher.
With Lucy Punch, and it's just funny watching Lucy Punch because the very first time I ever saw her was in that miniseries 10th Kingdom as Little Bo Peep.
And then we got back to the Happy Time murders.
Maybe.
Hey, you went off on a tangent first.
Okay. This is why a lot of my co-hosts are here, because I have severe ADHD.
Severe.
I have severe ADHD and a tongue that is too big for my mouth that I trip on constantly, which causes a lot of weird, you know.
Hey, Brian Thompson has that too, so it's not a bad thing.
That being said, I have severe ADHD. I have that, oh look, something shiny. And then I'm over here talking about something else altogether.
Yes, severe.
I was going for the French version. Severe. That's not the French version of severe. I'm fairly certain that is a made-up fucking word. Severe.
Well, Dr. Seuss made a lot of money off of made-up words.
Severe, govle, babide, schnamade, flevebe. No. Anyway.
All right, let's set all this on souffle and get back to the Happy Time murders.
Somewhere, someone is trying to interpret what the fuck I just said. Maybe. Or they heard me just...
Please do not put that in your Google search.
No. Who knows what that means?
We cannot be held accountable for what you find if you put that in your Google search.
I'm about 98% certain if you put that in your Google search, it will say, "Are you having a stroke?" That's...
Should we call 911?
911 is dialed by pressing 911 on your... No kidding. Can you do it for me? No. Please call 911. Fuck you, Siri.
Wait, what's the number for 911?
I have no idea. I got to remind myself that I can't say the SIRI word over here. Oh, no, it's not Siri. Siri's on my phone. The A word is over here. I can't say that.
Asshole?
No. The little dot that's sitting in the corner that speaks up every time I accidentally say her name.
I have been joined.
You have a furry asshole, too. That's really nice. Hi, furry asshole.
I do.
For those of you who can't see, a cat has entered the building. So...
Yes, her name is Willow. I have forgotten for a second.
We'll speed through all of the beginning of the movie. You ready?
Let's do it.
Mr. Bumblebee Pants, along with cow, octopus, and turkey. It's a turkey vulture. That's what it is. That's why I thought it was a turkey. He was a turkey vulture. The turkey vulture that owns the porn store that Mr. Bumblebee Pants goes to facilitate his crippling addiction to porn. All of them blown away while Phil is in the background.
Right.
Then
he's too busy searching, and there was a porn playing with like a dog and a fire hydrant or something.
I believe the second person to die is his blue
his brother without
used to be blue, but now has a quarter of bleach, light blue. His brother, yes. His brother, who's embarrassed to be a puppet and is trying to be like the Michael Jackson of the group here, who's like, I gotta bring my
the one who has a new nose
lighter.
and a new asshole. The one with a new nose and a new asshole.
New nose, new asshole. He's got a lot of new parts. I wonder if that's where she got the liver from.
If she got what?
The liver.
Oh.
Melissa McCarthy has a liver. The puppet liver.
Right, she's a puppet liver.
How does the puppet liver work in the human body?
I'm wondering, because I'm just like, that's just probably soggy as fuck.
I mean, isn't that like just a piece of felt? How do you attach that? You saw with his brother, the puppet's inner anatomy there's no organs fell out when they ripped him apart. He was drawn and quartered by a pug and his Chihuahua friends. All right?
I think I got the murder weapon.
He was literally pulled apart like he was a chew toy by 3 angry miniature kick-me dogs.
I think I got the murder weapon.
You got the murder weapon? I think I got the murder weapon. Yeah, the cop runs in with the pug under his arm.
Yeah.
I believe I found the murder weapon. Oh, okay. That was...
Goodness. That was just funny shit right there.
It's
like I'm supposed to be taking this murder seriously.
Why did they go with such small dogs, though? I mean, I guess it would have been a little too easy to have, like, a bunch of large dogs tear them apart.
Because, I don't know, maybe because, with larger dog comes more training. Maybe little dogs are like...
Actually, it was just funnier to have small dogs tear apart the puppet.
Well, also, if you think about it, you'd set off, large dogs up on a person. Like on an actual person.
Right.
Whereas, a puppet, you don't need large dogs. A miniature dog is a large dog to that puppet.
Eat the sock. Eat the sock, Rover. Eat the sock. Over there's a talking sock. Eat the talking sock, Rover. Eat the talking sock. Hand puppet. I don't even know what to do with this movie. It's just outrageously weird from beginning to end. If you've ever sat down and watched anything Henson Productions related, this is nothing like any of this.
I also love this scene where Melissa McCarthy's getting like booger sugared out with all the gangsters in the poker game.
Right, with the Russian dog.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And she whoops some ass.
She says, I'm not
breaking a bottle on one of their heads.
All of them are just using the word bitch. It's like, I'm not particularly fond of that word, that name.
Exactly. She took up for those bitches. Ladies.
I mean, I don't blame her for doing what she did at all. I don't.
Me neither.
Putting the gun to the dog's head. You're a beautiful bitches. No. Kinder words, same, or kinder tone, same filthy fucking words. Try again. Yeah. He said, I'm sorry, bitches. Kinder tone, same filthy fucking mouth. It's like, try again. It's like, I am sorry, beautiful ladies. Much, much better. Do you feel better about that? I feel better too. It's like, I don't care if you feel better. This is not what we're trying for here.
Damn about how he felt.
You don't need to feel better about this. They need to feel better about the fact that you're a fucking dog. I mean, well, he is.
Drool and everything.
I wasn't paying full attention to the movie, so when she busted the beer bottle over one puppet's head, first of all, like he said later on in the movie when he was in prison, when they were beating him up, and he was saying, you're essentially just fluffing a pillow. How did the cranium of this creature become hard enough to break a bottle? Maybe
she hit it on one of the eyeballs, because the eyeballs are always harder.
But I think she busted the guy in the head that had hair all over his face.
I'm just...
And
you mean tell you how it was done?
Big foam lips. It's called sugar candy glass.
It was scripted that way.
There is nothing in this movie that says, hey, this is reality, you should take it that way.
Exactly. We're dealing with a bunch of puppets.
And Melissa McCarthy, who can apparently throw down like a fucking martial artist on crack. Right?
Yeah, I was actually shocked. It was like the first time I saw a big woman actually like pull some shit.
Right? I've always liked her. I knew she she was a little limber too, just because. Have you ever seen her as I don't know if you watched the Gilmore Girls at all when she played Sookie?
Yeah, she played Sookie Stackhouse.
Yeah. Is that what her name is in that?
I know the first name is Sookie.
I don't think Sookie Stackhouse is the name. I think Sookie Stackhouse is the one from True Blood.
Oops. I know her name was Sookie.
I know it's Sookie. I don't know what her last name is. I think the Stackhouse goes with True Blood. That's played by Anna Paquin. But like, he has this eyepiece.
Anna Pac-Man?
Paquin. Anna Pac-Man.
okay, yeah,
I may have slipped the tongue. I trip on my tongue often. I might have said Anna Pac-Man.
Anna Pac-Man. I'm just picturing her real nom 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 nom.
Waka, 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 waka. Yeah. Just... Okay. Now I'm not picturing Anna Paquin sucking dick going waka, 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 waka.
Nah, that's how she's going to suck your blood.
Suck your blood. No, she's not a vampire, though.
She was away.
She was a fairy or something to that nature, wasn't she? She was part of
the
Fae.
Saw it.
You know the name. You know how to say the name without a single bit of hesitation, but you've never seen the show.
Sookie Stackhouse?
Yes.
Let's not forget, I just thought that was the name of the bitch from Gilmore Girls.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. You
she
know
was
the
a
name well
caterer.
enough to mistake another Sookie for that Sookie, and you know the full name, so how do you know the full name?
Okay, so in fairness, I worked at Goodwill for a while in the media department, and a lot of books came through.
Okay, so have you read any of the books?
No.
You've never read any of the...
I've also watched all the Vampire Diaries and never read a single one of those books.
Okay, they weren't named True Blood either. It was like the Sookie Stackhouse Chronicles or something to that nature.
Yeah, the Sookie Stackhouse Diaries or something. I don't know.
It's like Club
Chronicles.
Dead and Dead by Blah and whatever, you know. It was interesting. They were interesting books. I've been listening to them on Audible. Audible, yeah.
That's where I listened to Britney Spears' memoir, and let me tell you, there was some tea in that. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
In case you're interested, a good portion of maybe like the first 3 to 4 novels of the Sookie Stackhouse Chronicles are free on Audible if you have a subscription. So
I do have a subscription. I actually might listen to them. You said like the first 3 or 4 books?
Like first 3 or 4 books are free in there. Look up.
I like to listen to them when I'm doing my job because my job is so like independent. I'm just walking around grabbing books.
You got to look up Charlaine Harris.
Will do. Isn't that the author of those books?
Yes, that's the one who wrote them.
Okay,
my brain just went off on its own tangent again. So basically,
so it's like we dealt with the mafia part of everything, or sugar poker game.
We're done with the mafia part. What I was trying to say is the dog itself, when she busted that glass bottle, I wasn't paying attention completely, so I thought that she had shoved the bottle into his eye, and that's why that eyepiece was there. That's why I thought it was there. I had to scroll back to realize that it had been there like all along, completely. But this is basically where the next person in line bit it. Part of the Happy Time Gang, that was the name of them. They went to Stuffing Ghetto to basically go and find, was it Lyle Finkelstein? That was the name of the...
so.
Coach Lyle or whatever from the show. So that's where they hunted him down, and he ultimately bit it there.
Did he get shot in the alley?
He got shot in the alley. So basically, they know that these people are being hunted down and murdered, and Phil thinks, oh, hey, yeah, go ahead. Take out your gun and walk towards the car. This is the best thing for you to do. If a strange car rolled up, I would say, go inside right the fuck now.
Hit the deck!
But, I mean, let's be honest, if Finkelstein lived, it would kind of throw off the rest of the movie. Because
that is true.
The whole thing is each one of them gets killed with Phil basically present. One of them's his brother, so they're accusing Phil of killing his own brother.
Oh, it's God. Like, you know, the purple crotch hair heifer, Sandy. Sandy's her name.
Sandy, yes. The purple crotch-haired heifer. Let's just go with that. We will call her from now on the purple crotch-haired heifer. Crotch-haired heifer. Purple crotch-haired heifer.
Which,
that's
if
a
y'all don't
mouthful,
know,
too.
In this movie, natural purple hair on a puppet is rare.
Natural purple hair on a puppet is rare. And the curtains do match the drapes.
They don't match the drapes.
See, they do, but only because of the old picture. She's taking care of her hair, so nobody knows who she is at this point.
Yes, purple crotch-haired heifer has dyed her hair red.
Russian dog named Junkyard. I forgot about that. By the way, the guy who played Phil also voiced Junkyard.
I love it when they get voice actors to do more than one role in a movie.
He also voiced the boar on the boardwalk. You know, the boar and the crab? Take out your tits. Has that ever worked for you at all? No. Maybe once? No, never. Never. And she kicks the crab out into the sand. Lyle.
How did the couple die?
What?
the couple. There was a couple in the Happy Time Gang murders.
Right.
And they were cousins.
That was later on. The cousins that had the two kids that one had 3 eyes and one had 1 eye. Yeah, that was
inbred children.
Was it Rotten Cotton Girl or whatever her name is? I can't remember the name of the kids.
Oh wait, we're skipping that where Elizabeth Banks died, quote unquote.
Quote, technically died. Ooh, we're ruining everything anyway. The staged death of Elizabeth Banks.
Dies after her stripper pole dance.
I'm trying to remember the name of the two people though. Ezra, was it Ezra? Ezra and something else. What is the girl's name? Sandra? Ezra and Sandra?
I forgot.
I think, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember the names.
It could be. I forgot. It's like they were not featured as much as everybody else.
No, I mean, the only thing that they had a running joke, basically, that they were cousins who ended up getting married and had kids, and then they go to this, what looks like a backwoods, honestly, a backwoods Alabama shack with two I'm saying some horrible words, but mongoloid puppets. One with 3 eyes, one with 1 eye, and they try to talk to these 2 puppets, and all they do is go at them.
Let's not forget the running gag is basically kissing cousins.
But after Finkelstein buys it, that's when we have the silly string sex scene. Because they're coming in to basically arrest him for being at every single scene before the cops arrive.
You want some fiddle faddle?
Would you like some fiddle faddle? No, I do not want fiddle faddle. She's just casually like bringing the spray bottle out and the rag out. Like, I've done this before. I know what I need to do. Usually it's just him in there.
It's just funny. She's just bringing it out casually while there's just stuff shooting on the glass door.
She is absolutely in love with him this entire fucking movie, and she knows what he does. Like, she knows what happens, so she's like, I'm willing to clean this up. I'm fine. It'll be me one day.
Oh my god.
Like, knowing what she had
but
to
she
clean.
doesn't, like, she's so in love with him, but, like, she's just like, I'm just waiting for my time.
Knowing what is going to happen, she was like, I am more than willing to go on this date. She knows what she had to clean up.
He doesn't have to hide anything from her. From him. Yeah, he doesn't have to hide anything from her. She's cleaned up his jizz.
And God forbid he doesn't pull out. So.
Ew, this could be like curdled cream pie.
Just, okay. Just filled with silly string. I don't even know how to deal with that.
Curdled cream pie, gross.
Curdled cream pie, yeah. That's not even curdled. I mean, if it's actual silly string.
Do not order that on the menu.
No, don't order curdled cream pie. Yeah, I have no idea. Basically, you go from Finkelstein dying to the sex scene, and then he goes and he finds Jenny at the strip club. Basically, Jenny's at the strip club. Elizabeth Banks doing her best to be what looks like a trashy hooker shaving carrots onto rabbits who are really getting off on it. Yeah, just...
The sad thing is like, her outfit is, like, that's not even stripper worthy.
It's not even stripper, like, there's nothing stripper worthy about what she's doing. It's just the motions that the rabbits are getting off on.
Shave that carrot? Yeah, you like that? You like them shavings?
And while he's at the strip club, Melissa McCarthy goes to find Goofer. For 50 cents, I suck your dick. Yes. Goofer...
I don't have a dick.
Yeah, I don't even know how to deal with Goofer. He is one of my favorite characters in this movie just because of how batshit fucking crazy he is. It's like, that's a good price. You know, I wish I had a dick for you to suck. The back and forth going on here. So I'm going to take that as a yes. No, that is definitely not a yes. She punches him right in the face. God
it's
damn
like, it takes a lot to actually stay in character when you're dealing with inanimate objects.
Yeah, right? I mean,
so
she must have been dying laughing. Don't come at me like that. I'm going to go for my gun. No, I don't want you to go for your gun unless you're talking about your penis. He just got dick on his mind. Dick on his mind and a gallon of kombucha and something else. And oatmeal. He wants a gallon of kombucha and oatmeal.
I can relate to the dick, not the kombucha or the oatmeal.
A gallon of kombucha. Like, have you ever had a bottle of kombucha?
None of that.
Have you ever had a bottle of it?
Had that.
Don't.
No.
Don't. I know a lot of people that swear by it. It tastes awful. It's basically fermented tea.
Ew.
Yeah.
I don't want to see my tea that looks like it's hooked up a loogie.
I don't think no, it's not. I didn't say mucus tea. I said fermented. Fermented, as in, like, you know how they ferment things to make, like, alcohol, but this is not alcoholic?
I like my tea. Again, in the South we call it sweet tea. In California they probably call it diabetes.
Diabetes?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yes, that's the kind of tea we drink in the South.
Yeah, so the whole Goofer thing made me just laugh my ass off, even though he eventually dies anyway. Every one of them dies, leaving the last two inevitable people. Yeah. Yeah. You don't see as much of his back story as I would really like. Like, all you get is that he didn't pull the trigger, he didn't take the shot, which ruined his career as a police officer and any puppet's career for being taken seriously in a line of law enforcement.
I mean, they had the Phillips law or whatever because of him.
Right. The Phillips law, basically that no cop should be paired with a puppet police officer.
Or it's one that's saying no puppet shall be a police officer.
No puppet shall be a police officer? I thought it was just nobody should be paired with one.
Well, I mean, whether you're paired with one or not, I mean, it's one of those things. If they don't think a puppet will take a shot against a puppet, why would you ever put a puppet on the police squad?
Right. That's a good point.
It keeps people from puppets from being a police officer.
I think that it's sort of like, yeah, go ahead and try. But you're not going to get very far. We're not going to pair anybody with a police officer, any puppet with a police officer, and you need to have a partner. So, if we're not going to pair you with one of them, and there's no other puppets as police officers, sorry, we can't help you. You have no partner. We can't help you. No?
So after Gopher dies, isn't that when Phil gets
arrested after Goofer dies. Well, Goofer dies, then Jenny supposedly dies in the blaze. Explosion. And that's right after that he gets basically put in jail because he's at yet another crime scene where somebody from the Happy Time gang gets killed. Supposedly.
And then Melissa McCarthy gets suspended.
Right. And they also, was it Sandra or whatever that basically blames him for all the murders? Sandy. Sandra. I kept calling her Sandra. Sandy. Sandrine.
But, it's funny. That scene where...
it is Sandra.
Where Melissa McCarthy gets suspended.
Her name is Sandra.
And she's like...
Sandra White.
Is this Sandra? Because they kept calling her Sandy.
Yeah, because they have a whole thing. There's a bodyguard. Sandra has a bodyguard. Sandra's bodyguard.
So, but remember that scene where she's getting kicked out and she's like saying all these things to these people and she's like, I regret I didn't fuck you. And he's like, there's still time. The guy that played that part is actually her real life husband.
Really?
Yeah, they were also in Bridesmaid together, like on the plane.
Oh,
he kept flirting with her.
Ben Falcone, yeah. And they're in all those weird commercials together.
They even do those commercials together.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The
travel commercials. There's like an Airbnb commercial or something like that.
Yeah.
Or TripAdvisor or something. I can't remember what it is. It is a travel commercial of some sort. They have never... I think they're funny, but I always laugh so much that I can't remember what they're selling. They're funny together. It's good.
They're like almost a perfect match, at least on screen.
Right? I mean, in general, I'm guessing they're a perfect match in real life because they play off of each other really well.
They do. I would love it. I would hate to go to a party or a dinner with them because I'm pretty sure I would not be eating.
Right. Well, you wouldn't be eating because you'd be choking on the food. You'd be laughing too much.
That's what I would be thinking.
You want to come to one of our dinner parties? No. The last time you had to call the ambulance, I got a fucking olive stuck in my throat because you'd started and he started and then you both started and then the next thing I know I'm blue in the face laying on the floor because not a fucking one of you knows what the fucking Heimlich maneuver is. No, I know how to do the Heimlich maneuver.
It's not the Heimlich. That's what made me choke.
But we thought you were kidding. We know the Heimlich maneuver. We thought you were kidding.
Wait, did y'all think that was makeup on my face and that's why I was turning blue? This is not Willy Wonka.
No. Violet. Poor Violet. Turning violet.
Violet. You're turning violet, Violet.
Violet.
What are you talking about?
Violet Beauregard.
Violet Beauregard.
Beauregard. Oh my god.
Now we're starting to sound like Snape.
And then we get into...
Violet Beauregard.
We get into Ezra and his wife with the kids. Which is just... oh, that is just a family right there. You gotta love that whole fucking family. Just... Kissing cousins is bad enough. Fucking cousins is even worse. Come on, guys.
No, let's not also forget that Bubbles is really good with a lockpick.
Right. Yeah, okay.
She's a criminal.
I think one of my favorite scenes is just after she gets him out of prison, and they're driving down the way to go to Ezra, and I guess I can't remember her fucking name again. I can't even remember. Ezra and something, whatever the woman's name is.
Ezra and his cousin.
Ezra and his cousin, who made the two children that had 4 eyes between them, but not 2 on each head.
Who had the 2 abominable abominations.
And they're driving down the highway, and they're having a sentimental moment between the two of them. And all of a sudden, That's What Friends Are For by Dionne Warwick in Friends just pops up on the things like, did you do this? This isn't fucking funny. Did you turn that on? No, I didn't turn it on. Did you turn it on? And it ends in her just shooting the fucking... She put how many bullets into that radio?
I lost count.
Okay. Close range. How many bullets into the radio? Did she forget that behind the radio, behind everything, the radio's not going to stop the bullets? How did she not shoot the engine? How did she not shoot out her own engine?
I'm actually shocked at that as well, because had it been my luck, I would have shot... My car would have been fucked.
They should have been felt thumbing it down the highway. All right. We're going to go ahead and take a couple of minutes here, and we're going to let our friends at other podcasts speak for themselves, because that's what nestles right in the middle of our podcast now. No sponsors, just the friendship and warmth of other people, or something to that nature. Just other podcasts. Stick around.
This is Two Chicks Talking Flicks, where we review movies. We try to dig deeper and go more in depth.
And profound for me.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, what? We even bring up relevant topics.
I remember from Punky Brewster that you don't go inside the fridge.
And we're here to have those tough conversations. Mm-hmm.
And she was wearing a white dress, which
was yellow.
Huh?
It was yellow. So if this sounds like the podcast for you, please enjoy. New episodes every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Matt.
We are the hosts of the Strange and Beautiful Book Club. On the Strange and Beautiful Book Club, Matt and I share our adventures discovering forgotten movies, television shows, and books in the science fiction, horror, and fantasy genre.
Not necessarily good movies, though.
Oh, certainly not. We love a good, bad movie. The quirkier, the funnier, the more campy, the better.
But we talk about some classics, too.
Of course, we can't ignore our favorites like Highlander or the 1990s vampire cop television show, Forever Night, which we are currently covering 1 episode at a time.
As if I could forget.
Oh, hush. You love every minute of it.
Come join us every week as we discover, discuss, and dissect fantasy, horror, and sci-fi genre classics. New episodes release every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
So remember, sometimes the strangest things are the most beautiful, too.
So be who you are and love what you love. Until next time, friends.
Bye!
Thank you for sticking around and listening to the people that actually do podcasting a little bit better than what we're doing right now.
I give a lot of props to the 2 people. We have 2 podcasts right now that have given us permission to run ads for them. Permission. Like, you have to tell another podcast, hey, look, man, can I have permission to take your ad and put it in my podcast? Because you don't know what the fuck I'm going to be talking about. And now you have the Strange and Beautiful Book Club podcast and Two Chicks Talking Flicks. Those are the 2 people that sit smack dab right in the middle where we used to have sponsors, right? Because we want to give them props. We loved working with them. And in all honesty...
They were amazing.
Yeah, they were amazing. Have you gotten to work with
I'm
Sarah
sorry,
yet?
They are amazing.
You almost got to work with Sarah. You almost got to work with Sarah.
I almost did. I did work with Strange and Beautiful Book Club.
Yes. And I thank you for
I didn't
that
get to work with Sarah because there was a scheduling conflicts.
Right. I thank you. I thank you tremendously for doing the Strange and Beautiful Book Club podcast when we did Joe versus the Volcano, because I was high out of my fucking mind and couldn't cohesively think enough straight. See, right now, I should be high because I can't think straight. Fuck. I wanted to say that I
don't
couldn't
know.
string together enough words to make a fucking sentence. But maybe that's just my brain, because I just fucked up right there, too.
That might be your brain.
I think it's my brain. My brain is constantly on drugs. Any questions?
It's on drugs.
Okay. So, we are over an hour into this podcast, and we're going to fast track the very, very fucking end, because I screwed up, and I said that he got arrested, and then she broke him out of prison somehow, which never fucking happened. What happened is they went on a road trip to Ezra and Kara to see the big fluff explosion that happened in their bedroom. Okay. They were slaughtered, torn apart. There was cotton fluff everywhere. Worried looks on both Kara and Ezra's face, because Humpty Dumpty can't put those two motherfuckers back together again. And the entire time, their two children, I still don't have names for them, they're just screaming into the mirror back and forth.
Names?
I have no idea. I don't think they've been given names. Little children.
Maybe the names are and
And yeah, that was and that's what their names were. And they were, I think they were dressed like Captain and Tennille, because one of them had like a little captain's hat. I think they were dressed like Captain and Tennille, like it was a Captain and Tennille puppet joke. I don't know why.
I mean, it could have been.
It really did look like. So maybe the boy was Captain and the other one was Tennille, and they are brother and sister. And that's where the next generation of Ezra and character spawn is going to come from.
No, those should be shot.
No, that's where we got the octopus. 8 arms.
Oh.
And, well, these one had 3 eyes, one had 1 eye. I mean, you got to figure other parts are going to multiply from there.
Oh God! Shoot the children now.
No, that is so mean. Shoot the children. Don't
I
let
just
them
mean like the puppet ones.
castrate them. Maybe don't let them fornicate. Even better. Separate them for the good of society. Even better. But don't shoot them. We're not putting them down like dogs.
Fine.
It's not
Send
their
them to
fault
the
that their
FBI.
cousin parents. Huh?
Send them to Area 51.
Shoot them in the eye. Yeah. Send them to Area 51. No. I mean, it's not their fault that their cousin parents fucked. Cousin mom and cousin dad. I don't know what y'all
It's
did.
okay, I'll still see you at the family reunion.
This is what you get for dipping in your own gene pool.
They more than did. They double dipped.
They double dipped, and then I mean, those had to have been twins.
Oh, they did a lot more than the cha-cha slide or the electric slide at the family reunion.
Were they possibly Siamese twins at one point, and the doctor just fucked up, got 3 on one and 2 and 1 on the other? One of them looks like Blinky from The Simpsons, that fish with 3 eyes.
Oh my God!
But that wasn't any cousin sex. That was just, nuclear waste.
That was just fishism.
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 Fishism. And then, of course, we have the big reveal at the end, where Sandra is the daughter of the guy who got killed because Phil couldn't pull the trigger and ruined his entire life and ruined everybody's life, and now everybody's dead, and Elizabeth Banks comes back because she's the fucking puppet master. Of course, the one...
But she came back blonder.
Right. The one human character. Mind you, the way that her hair looked when she was where she was acting like the stripper in this, the way that her hair looked then looked like it should have after she got out of the fire in that car.
Yeah,
Just,
you're not wrong.
It looked fried. And now she came back looking like some disco Marilyn Monroe, I guess. Like
yeah,
the
that's what I was
one-piece
thinking earlier.
jumpsuit, and I don't even know what that is. It looks like a silver jacket.
The silver leather jacket.
And she had the Marilyn Monroe hair going on.
Yeah.
Like, every starlet thinks they're going to look good with that Marilyn Monroe hair. Even Lindsay Lohan did it at one point. But, to her credit, she did it because she did a spread in Playboy where she was doing a mock-up of the same shoot that Marilyn Monroe did decades earlier. So many people they got to pick for that.
Banks' character didn't Jenny get shot by Sandy?
Yes, I believe so. It's all sorts of stupid. It really is. This movie is fucking hilarious, though. But we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about not the Happy Time Murders, but how would we create a sequel to the Happy Time Murders? I think the only way that you can take this to the next level is by taking another set of, I want to say, characters and bringing them into the world. because they've assumed that puppets are an actual part of the world, right?
Yes.
So you can go the way of Roger Rabbit and bring tunes into the world. Cartoons.
Oh, God.
Live action cartoons into the world.
Now I'm just sitting there just picturing Jessica Rabbit just screaming, "Oh my God, it's still!"
Hide me, Eddie, please. I don't know if I want to do Roger Rabbit again. I don't want to do Roger Rabbit because you can't do Roger Rabbit without having Bob Hoskins around.
May he rest in peace.
There's no way you can replace that man. That man was a fucking genius. Honestly, the best. So
he was amazing.
My feeling.
It's probably one of the reasons I love Super Mario.
Have you seen a TV show called Happy?
Yes, I have.
Christopher Maloney and
that little unicorn.
And basically the little Happy the purple
Happy.
unicorn or whatever, played by Patton Oswalt. I think that we can do sort of, all right, the puppets are real. What if imaginary friends are brought into this universe now too? So we have a new set of circumstances here. We don't have just puppets being murdered, but we have imaginary friends, right? Somebody is turning children into puppets.
I guess it'd be that villain from Happy. I forgot his name.
Okay. There's a couple of villains from Happy. So which one is it?
It's the main one.
Oh, good Lord.
God. He's played in quite a few things. He was in Once Upon a Time and everything. He was also in an episode of Charmed. But
now we're going to have trouble trying to figure out who the villain in Happy is. Who is the villain in Happy? Sunny Shine. No. Sunny Shine isn't the villain, though. There was the guy that was manipulating Sunny Shine behind his back.
Yeah.
So the guy that I wanted to say he was is it Okra?
I think I might have Smoothie.
Orcus.
He played Smoothie.
Smoothie. My brain is not working. I watched this too, and why is that not clicking in my head? That's not his name in the TV show, is it?
His name is Smoothie. Yes, his name is Smoothie. I don't know his real name.
Smoothie, the bunny, one of Mr. Blue's enforcers. No, that's Patrick Fisher. That's not. It's Mr. Blue that we're looking for, right?
No, I was looking for Smoothie.
Okay, I was looking for Mr. Blue.
I was looking for Smoothie.
The bald guy.
Yes.
No,
well, he's not bald. He's got some hair.
Well, no, I'm talking about the bald guy, and I'm trying to bring him up now too, so that I can show, so we can move on from trying to figure out who the fuck this guy is. But this guy's name is...
This guy. I just sent it to you. Actually, no, I just sent it to John. I just sent it to my man.
You sent it to somebody else?
Yeah, now I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me. It actually popped up, and we got the little noise. Boop, boop. Okay, this is the guy that but he dies. He got killed.
So, doesn't mean we can't bring him in before he got murdered?
Sew his head on top of a puppet body?
Yes!
He is reanimated by sewing his head on top of a puppet body to save his life. And now he is going around turning children into puppets. So basically he has found a way to transfer the soul and consciousness of humans into the body of puppets. But only children's bodies children's consciousness will take. So he is somehow creating his... The reason why Happy is dragged into this is because when somehow within the process of the soul and consciousness being transferred into the body, it rips the imaginary friend of that particular child out of the imaginary world and creates a puppet version of that. So now they are a puppet. A real life puppet. They are no longer imaginary.
A.B. Puppet.
A.B.
Puppeteered.
You're supposed to add to this, because I've run out of anywhere to go with this. Other than Christopher Maloney's fucking... I'm kind of picturing Christopher Maloney and Melissa McCarthy teaming up in this, along with...
I don't know why, because of the way that Christopher Maloney's character was in Happy. I'm just picturing him at some point having sex with a puppet.
Him having sex with a puppet. I'm picturing him having a very tumultuous relationship with Melissa McCarthy because they are both kind of foul-mouthed motherfuckers.
I mean, they probably would, and let's face it, Christopher Maloney, at age 60-something, he could still get it.
I mean, he's got a hell of a fucking physique, I'll tell you that.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sick. My hoe's coming out.
You get a little more, I guess, hoe intensive when you're sick. Is that how that works?
Kind of, sort of. It's like I get hoe intensive, but I don't have the energy to do anything.
You don't have the energy to... I'm a hoe! I'm just gonna lay here. Thank you.
It's like I'm a lazy hoe, and then I'm also like, don't touch me.
I don't even know what to do with that. It's like, I'm a hoe, I'm a lazy hoe. Please don't even come anywhere near me for this. Just because I said I'm a hoe doesn't mean that I want to deal with you right now. Please go away.
It's like my sick hoe is almost like my drunk hoe.
I don't know if I have a hoe mode anymore. I'm a man hoe.
Oh, I do. It's like I got drunk hoe, and she's like, yes, touch me everywhere. Then I have sick hoe, and I'm just like, yes, I want it. Don't touch me.
I don't know that I have any of that at all. I'm just fucking weird. That's it. I don't have a hoe mode. I'm just weird.
I'm a contradiction. A walking contradiction.
I'm a contradiction wrapped in enigma, wrapped in a plantain.
A contradiction wrapped in enigma, wrapped in a banana.
A banana? Plantain. What
Instead of plantain.
A plantain. Essentially. I mean, that's essentially it looks like an underripe banana. It's definitely something different than a banana, though.
It's in the banana family. It's in the banana family?
It is in the banana family. It's definitely... You do not peel a plantain and just fucking eat it, though.
You don't?
No.
I think I've had fried plantains.
I was going to say, you mostly cook that up. You really can't just eat it. You can wait for that to ripen. I think it just goes from green to bad. There's no happy medium there. From green to bad, that's it.
No happy, no pun intended.
No happy.
No happy medium.
No happy medium. No, but yeah, Nick Sachs and Happy being dragged into the Happy Time Murder universe. Obviously, it's not going to be the Happy Time Murders 2. So you'd have to name it something else. You have to. There's nothing else you can do with it, because the Happy Time people are already gone, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
So would you just call it Happy Time? Because the TV show is Happy, right?
The TV show is Happy.
So you'd have the Happy...
Well, then technically, if it was Happy... I mean, if it's Happy Time, you could technically still have Happy Time Murders, too. Because we're bringing in the TV show Happy.
You have to have the exclamation point, because Happy in the TV show ends with an exclamation point. So you have to have Happy, and then Time Murders 2.
Happy Murders times 2.
Okay. I don't know where we would go with a movie like this, though. So we have Smoothie essentially coming back to life by having his... Basically, like Reanimator style, or Frankenstein style, for that matter, having his head attached to the body of a puppet. What if it's Phil's brother? The puppet body. Like, it's just so... It's sewn together. He is sewn together from the pieces of the Happy Time gang.
Oh, God.
He has bits and pieces of each one. It's like Frankenstein together. Bits and pieces of each one of the murdered Happy Time gang puppets.
Oh, God. And
Smoothie is dead, but we can save him.
But he's got Elizabeth Banks hair on his head.
Elizabeth, this fucking the Marilyn Monroe hair or the burnt out hair?
Yes.
The burnt out stripper hair?
The Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, okay. I don't know. The burnt out stripper hair might make him a little... the Marilyn Monroe hair would make him a little bit more pretty than you want that creepy guy to be.
But it would still be creepy because it's on his face.
Okay.
And the rest of the Happy Time gang murders bodies.
Give him purple pussy hair.
Yes! Yes! He's gonna have purple pussy hair. He has to have purple pussy hair. Purcell?
Purcell. Yes, Smoothie's purple pussy hair. No?
From that purple pussy hair heifer.
I think we've tripped down a very fucking weird hole here. I'm not sure where you would go with this, because we're not even talking about like how you... I mean, Christopher Maloney being dragged into this world already, you have two very aggressive personalities, because Melissa McCarthy and Christopher Maloney, their respective characters are both extremely aggressive.
Well, let's not forget Phil Phillips.
And then Phil Phillips, I want to say that somehow Happy ends up being pulled into the world. So one of the kids that gets turned into a puppet actually is his daughter. Yeah,
that's what I was say. It could be his daughter. And Phil Phillips, he doesn't even have to be a main point. He could be off somewhere with Bubbles. Like they got married and they're on their honeymoon.
Phil Phillips and Bubbles basically have half human, half puppet children.
They have human children.
Puman. What do you even call that?
I could have said humpet.
Oh.
They got humpet children.
Or maybe they couldn't have children and they adopted the two kids that Ezra and Kara left behind from the original movie.
Oh, fuck. Stop bringing them back.
Why? You just have two people just screaming for their lives throughout the entire... I mean, that's funny.
You know what? Phil and Bubbles are out of the movie. They're on their honeymoon with their two weird children now. And they're no longer in the picture.
I want Phil and Bubbles in the TV because they were Bubbles was one of the best parts.
I know, but do we gotta bring in those alien children?
The alien children have to show up somewhere. They didn't exactly die in the first movie.
You know what? They got taken over by some kids too.
Right? It's a little bit of cousin loving kids. That's what they are. They're cousin loving kids. You did what you did. You got what you got from it. Of course, I've never seen any. Maybe I've never seen in general. I don't know a lot of people who have cousins that slept with each other and now there's a kid. I don't know any of that. I've been outside of that world, so you know if you've met or know somebody who slept with their cousin and a 3-eyed child came out of it, tell me. That would be interesting.
Leave it down in our comments.
How does the third eye even work? You know, there are people that talk about having a third eye all the time when it comes to, like, their chakras and meditation and so on and so forth. Open the third eye. Open your third eye. This person should actually have one. A la fucking Doctor Strange in that last movie. You know?
I don't know if I open up my third eye, either air or poop comes out.
That's not... We're not talking about the brown eye here. I don't know what... You know, we don't talk about that one that whistles shit. I mean, you can.
So how would we... Alright, how would the adventure and everything go in this movie? How would we end it?
How would we end it? I don't know if we've even begun it yet. We've put them in the middle of a predicament. And we have children that are now being turned into puppets, and their respective imaginary friends are also somehow being ripped out of the imaginary world, and they pop into our world as actual puppets, which has also happened to Happy, so now everybody can see Happy. He's no longer imaginary and only in fucking Nick's mind. So, now we move on, and we have to figure out where to go from there. Smoothie...
First off, how is this witchcraft happening?
Smoothie, obviously, the first order of business, because his head is on a puppet body. Smoothie has been fitted with an apparatus that helps support that, because obviously the puppet body is fucking fluff, and a fucking fat human head on top of that. None of those people were tall enough. I mean, do you remember the bunny?
Yes.
Mr. Bumblepants? That guy was short. He was even shorter than Phil, who was already shorter than most people in this movie. All right. Phil was average height. Mr. Bumblepants was bunny height. All right. Apparently you get the height of whatever creature you ended up being. That being said, I'm guessing he has to make some apparatus, like some exoskeleton suit, for him to fit himself in, because he's basically got a puppet body. I think he wears this exoskeleton suit most of the movie, so you don't even know that he has a puppet body. That he is basically...
Now it sounds like we're going into Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right, but he's pieced together from the corpses of the Happy Time gang, right?
Right, I'm talking about his exoskeleton suit.
The exoskeleton suit. I'm picturing it like, oh god, what is that fucking movie? Where he has the head that's attached to the little body, and like partway through the movie, like the body opens up and you see him just kind of toddle out of it. It's like, what the fuck? It looks like a human body, but it's not a human body.
Men in Black.
I want to say Men in Black was... I think that's what that was.
It's like the little alien didn't come out of the body, like the little alien was dying inside the body.
Right. So basically, he has a full-size human head, but he has to have this like human-looking exoskeleton to keep him upright. Even though they managed to use the whatever fucking magic these animated puppets have that brought them into the world. Some comet passed by, and instead of getting zombies, we have living puppets.
Oh my god, Night of the Living Puppet.
Night of the Living Puppets instead of Night of the Comet. Have you seen Night of the Comet?
No.
No? Okay. I know, I keep asking you.
There's
Have
a
you seen
face.
this? Have you seen this? No? No. Okay. Yeah. You said no. Yes, I'm
It's
poking
like,
at you.
Piper, stop telling me no.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I've come to assume that usually the answer to have you seen this is, no.
You've come to assume that, but I always get the face.
Well, because that's how I am. That's how I am.
How dare you not have seen this movie?
How? How could you not have seen this thing that I just mentioned out of the blue for absolutely no reason and may not be tied to anything that we're currently doing? How could you not have?
Piper, you
How?
need some culture, you uncultured swine.
I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of culture behind seeing Night of the Comet. It was a great movie for the 80s, you know, and seeing a blonde cheerleader with an Uzi, that's just magic.
Makes me want to play Lollipop Chainsaw.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop.
God damn it.
No? Lollipop
It's really
Chainsaw
stuck
was
in my head.
that was a great game.
They're remaking it, like
Are-
remastering it.
Are they remastering it? They
Yes.
need to. It's a great game. They need to remaster it, but I'm not sure if I want to
I
play it
thought
on the
it-
PS5.
I thought it deserved a sequel.
Maybe that's why they're remastering it, so that they can generate enough interest so that people might actually want to buy a sequel.
You could be right.
I'm not sure that Lollipop Chainsaw was something that was played by the general public. I just think it kind of appealed to a certain audience. Like, for me, it was because at the time that Lollipop Chainsaw came out, I was probably, like, heavy into Buffy. And that's kind of where I felt
That's
that
one of those
kind of
things,
fit
like,
in.
that's probably why I played it. It's like, it gave me the mix of, like, Resident Evil meets Buffy.
Yeah. So I think that's...
But more Buffy-esque.
It had the sense of humor of your average Joss Whedon television show.
True.
All right. So we haven't really...
I mean, her boyfriend's head is on her belt.
We haven't even really discussed how the hell he managed to make these kids into puppets to begin with.
I don't know how you make kids into puppets.
I mean, I'm guessing it's something ritualistic, kind of like with how they got that serial killer's soul into the body of Chucky.
Yeah.
So my thought is that it's something ritualistic because, I mean, that's how that whole thing is, that they were preying on children.
Let's see. If you went that route, it's like, how would you destroy that, though? Would you just destroy Smoothie?
Would you destroy Smoothie, or would you have to find, not just destroy Smoothie, but there would have to be a whole separate thing where after they killed Smoothie, they have to find somebody that's able to reverse whatever ritualistic process that Smoothie went through.
The fortune-telling puppet on the pier.
You think the fortune-telling puppet on the pier somehow knows how to reverse that magic?
Well, I mean, she's the only one in the movie that had any ties to any type of occult, quote unquote.
The only way to reverse this magic is the blood of a puppet hog. And then the hog's over here like, what? No!
It's Miss Piggy.
No! Miss Piggy.
It's Miss Piggy.
Rounding up puppet pigs. Everybody give a little blood. We learned that we need a little bit more than just one hog. How'd you figure that one out? Because we killed an entire hog and realized, no, that's not enough. We need to get a little bit from everybody because we can't just kill all of them. There's a lot of puppet pigs around here because she had a whole tribe of like puppet pigs on the Muppet Show.
Treasure Island.
Not just Muppet Treasure Island, but if you remember like the old Muppet Show, like when they do the pigs in space thing, there was an entire like Star Trek crew of puppet pigs.
I didn't watch that one.
You did not.
Like, Muppet Treasure Island might have been the only thing from the Muppets I liked.
Pigs
And it could have just been the whole
in
thing of me, like,
space.
thinking, boom, shaka-laka, laka, boom, shaka-laka, laka.
Boom shakalaka.
Yeah, that's what they sang when they were introducing Miss Piggy. I liked the Miss Piggy. She was a no-nonsense pig.
Right. I mean, who's to say Miss Piggy couldn't come? Why not have the actual Muppets make an appearance?
Not saying they couldn't. This is a Henson production, technically.
Like, have, like, different Muppets make an appearance and just be like, no, this is not my movie. No. We're trying to appeal
Are
to
y'all
an
paying
older
me not to be
audience.
here?
We're trying to appeal to an older audience. What the fuck are you doing here?
That's what Miss Piggy comes in and says, I'm not paid enough to be here.
Nope. Just, nope. Nope, this wasn't in my contract.
Come on. Y'all can have Fozzie. Fonzie?
Fozzie. No,
Fozzie Bear.
Gonzo would probably be at place in this fucking movie.
Oh my god, yes he would.
Gonzo is obviously having sex with chickens. So, I mean, Gonzo could be in this movie and let his fucking freak flag fly.
That is true.
He could.
He would be the new owner of the porn shop.
He would. I don't think he'd be a new owner of the porn shop. I think you'd see him on some street corner in pimp gear hoeing out chickens.
Oh my god.
Hey, come over here. You want a cluck?
If that's not your style, we got a cock back there.
If you come over here, I got a room for you. We got $2 for a cluck.
Oh my god. Now we're over here doing shit with side characters.
$5 for a deep fried cluck. Just... I think that you can have puppets from all sorts of things just pop into this. Just things that we remember fondly as children just so that we can ruin it. I mean, Gonzo the Pimp. Come on. Gonzo the Pimp. Or, I don't remember... I don't remember the name of the... I want to call them gnomes, or not gnomes. What are they?
What about Meat
Goblin.
and Beaker?
The Goblin. The Goblin in the beginning of the Labyrinth movie. That
oh god.
She eventually friends, even though he was basically leading her to the Goblin King all along.
Yeah.
Right? You find that guy in some strip club with pasties on.
Oh Jesus!
The little pasties that you twirl around if you do the hula,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, okay. The swinging pasties.
Oh God!
Is this only humorous to me? I know I can see you're trying to get ready to go to sleep. Like, am I keeping you up at this point?
Oh, it's not that. I was looking for medicine.
You're looking for medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is running a little bit long, and we've painted ourselves into a corner with this movie because there's no real... you have to suspend your belief in reality to figure out how to get these kids...
You had to do that just to watch this movie in general.
Right, so the kids have been turned into felt puppets. And just like in Angel, there's some weird fucking magic. Some weird fucking magic that turned them into puppets too. And it has to be reversed.
I knew Angel was going to be brought up.
And it can only be reversed... Let's see, we have to come up with It is reversed by that meme version of Kermit that you see everywhere. Where basically, he looks like the Emperor from the Star Wars movies. He looks like the one where he's basically dressed like Emperor Palpatine, the evil version of Kermit. Okay? The only person who knows how to fix it is the evil version of Kermit, who has Fozzie as his dom pet. Basically pet play. Basically Fozzie is a gimp. He's basically fully dressed out in gimp gear. He's on a leash and everything.
Oh God.
So Fozzie the gimp and evil Emperor Palpatine Kermit are he's the only one that can give them the actual information as to how to remove or not remove the curse, basically, that turned these children into puppets.
Reverse the curse.
They're not even turned into puppets. They're in the body of puppets. Basically, the bodies are elsewhere, comatose in like some children's ward.
The souls are in the puppets.
Right. Their souls and consciousness are in the puppets, but they
have to
are in comas elsewhere. Right. So we have to reverse that. Basically, get the kids' souls out of the puppets and put back into the bodies. Right.
Yes, but they need somebody who can actually do the spell. You know what? It's Melissa McCarthy, and she has to do a whole like sugar and dance thing, and then like a bunch of the pigs from Miss Piggy join her.
Oh, good Lord! Just like an entire, like all the pigs. Every pig that has ever been seen in gym. Like there's a whole dance. Pork on parade. Anyway.
Not to throw Melissa McCarthy out there like a pig, but
No, we're not gonna. She's lost a lot of weight now. She wouldn't be in the same ballpark as that anymore.
But it's still a big woman doing all that dance. I mean, we've seen her do all those action moves.
Like her and Miss Piggy doing a whole dance and. Oh, good Lord!
Each one of them trying to upstage the other because Miss Piggy's always got to be the front and center.
Miss Piggy has always been Kermit's weakness. So
Yeah.
Miss Piggy doing some kind of Leia in a gold bikini thing, along with Melissa McCarthy trying to do something similar. It's a whole oh good lord, like a Dance of the Seven Veils with a bunch of the pigs. Even the guy pigs have to get in the gold bikini. So it's like a whole Dance of the Seven Veils where they're trying to seduce Kermit into giving up the information. They can get the information, it's on like a memory card, like around his neck.
Oh my god.
Something to that nature. Or some artifact that they're able to use to reverse the curse. I have no fucking clue. I'm out of ideas here.
Curse against reverse.
I'm just trying to picture Miss Piggy in a fucking gold bikini at this point. Which is all sorts of fucking weird.
I'm trying not to picture Melissa McCarthy in the same thing.
It's... okay, you'd have to really up her salary for that kind of self-degradation right there. That's, because even back then, they were like, no, the gold bikini thing is unrealistic now. Don't ask for that, guys. No. It's, Leia the Slave. That's basically what that was. Slave Leia. Slave to the blob.
Slave Leia? You know, she's slave to that new trans thing that looks like it ate Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, good lord.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll show you later. It's this trans woman who thinks she's the finest of the fine and thinks she could have any man, but looks like she ate 3 of Pizza the Hut.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about now. Never mind.
Yeah.
You didn't need to show me anything. That mental image has already been burned into the back of my brain. I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to get in on
I'm all for trans women, and I'm all for confidence, but for some people, confidence is severely misplaced.
There's confidence, and then there's... You're kidding yourself.
Delulu?
You're kidding yourself. Be
There's
confident. Be a
confidence and
confident, strong person. A confident, strong woman. Confident, strong man. Whatever the hell you happen to be. However, when you've gotten to the point of delusion, there's confidence, and then there's, what are you fucking thinking? Like, why are you putting this out
What
there?
do you want? I want some of that.
On the other hand, if you've seen how many people follow her and basically watch what she does, you're only fueling it. This is how reality television took a hold of society.
Well, I mean, it's like watching Eugenia Clooney or whatever her name is. Like, the more attention you give her, she's not going to get better.
That's the problem, is that we as a society have put a certain amount of humor into watching people do stupid fucking shit. And so we have reality television, we have 90% of YouTube, right, where you have these people who are, I guess you want to call it confidence, delusional, naive, whatever you want to call it. But nobody is telling them otherwise. People are not just feeding into it, but they are watching and watching and watching, and that pays them. It doesn't teach them to stop. It teaches them the dumber I fucking act about whatever particular thing I'm putting out into the world, the more they're going to watch me. Yes, I get it. They're treating me like a train wreck, but what they don't get is they're still fucking paying me for being that train wreck.
It's like, I think Cardi B said it best at one of her acceptance speeches. She's like, I want to thank all my fans and my family, blah, blah. But she's like, that I want to thank my haters because y'all downloaded my music to hate on me, but it still paid me money.
So, I mean, that's the problem right there. A lot of people maybe hating or whatever. I don't like what you do. If I don't like what you do, then I don't invest in it. There's a reason I don't watch reality fucking television. The last reality television I watched, and this is going to sound really fucking sad, was A Simple Life. The Simple Life.
Was that with Paris and Nicole?
Paris and Nicole, yes. That's the last...
At least they were actually entertaining.
We were laughing and laughing and laughing. Then I realized, okay, well, I just went out and bought these DVDs. Whose money? I don't have that money anymore, but it's in their pockets. All right? And the people that produced that show, it's in their pockets. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, now other things are coming around, like Honey Boo Boo and shit like that. And I'm sitting here
God.
Am I going to watch the Jersey Shore? Am I going to give time and attention to Kim Kardashian? Am I going to sit here and watch Honey Boo Boo? No, I'm not going to watch any of that shit. I'm going to put money where I think the creativity is. I don't think there's any creativity in reality television and the bullshit that they're pumping out, which is lowest common denominator entertainment. You know?
True.
I'm famous just because I'm famous.
Yeah.
I can't invest my time in 16 and Pregnant. You know, I can't invest my time in as much as I love the fucking guy, Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. Why would I fucking watch that? Right? Okay, I lied. I actually watched that. But I can't.
Why would I fucking watch that?
I can't.
Okay, I lied. I watched that.
I can't lie with people that know me sitting in the same room. Just the look right here. Okay.
Sir, did you just say what I think you just said that you didn't do that you do?
You know that you bought every fucking DVD and watched them and made us watch them too. Yep, there's nodding going on over here now. Yep. That's my thing, is that I think that we should have a new main villain. I don't think that Kermit's the main villain. I don't think that Smoothie's the main villain. And now that I've mentioned my love and admiration for the man, I think the entire Kiss army, every single member of Kiss,
oh my God,
they are the evil people. They are the evil people. That is the best way to fucking say that. There was no creativity behind that. The evil masterminds behind the plan of transferring children's minds into the bodies of puppets.
Now that you say that, I'm sitting here thinking maybe the new villain should be Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter. My thought is that eventually what he's trying to figure out is Kiss wants to stop the aging process and be Kiss forever. And so they're trying to figure out how to transfer their consciousness into the bodies of Kiss mega puppets, basically. Like,
oh God,
human-sized Kiss puppets.
Oh my God.
But they're like the demonic version of Kiss.
Isn't Kiss already the demonic version of Kiss?
Well, no, they just have makeup. They don't look like the manifestation of the creatures that they're... So you have the Catman, you have the Spaceman, and you have the Starman, and you have... And now the Starman's the only one who's really upset with his choice, because the Starman is just like Patrick Starfish but stuffed. Everybody else looks kind of cool. So you're going through the Catman, you have the Spaceman, you have Demon Man, and the Starman. This fucking sucks, SpongeBob. You know, just...
Oh God, it wouldn't even be Demon Man. You got the D-Man.
You know, I didn't sign up for this, Gene. What the hell is this shit? This is the only star we could find. Deal with it. Just...
I can't even touch my guitar.
I have an itch. This is going to be real. I can't scratch the itching hole. Can you scratch it for me? No. No, Paul. Stop. Damn it, SpongeBob. So I think, yeah, basically, Gene... But they didn't intend it to be used on children. They just hired this guy who convinced them that he could figure it out. Who went ahead and got the... Basically... It's a 3-part process. So you have Smoothie, who convinced Gene Simmons that he can figure out a way to put his body or his mind and consciousness into the body of these puppets that he created, right? And he is the one funding him. So he's giving him the money to find the way, basically fund the process of transferring the entire Kiss group's consciousness into these puppet bodies. And he doesn't know that he's... a
maniacal way of getting children?
He is using children as the guinea pigs for the process, and some of them don't make it and some of them do. He is basically using children basically to perfect the process, which he got from Emperor Palpatine Kermit. Okay, that's where all the money is really going, is Emperor Palpatine Kermit.
I'm still banking that we have the slave Leia, Melissa, and Miss Piggy.
The whole musical
battling it out.
Lightsaber pork swords. Just
Battle of the pork sabers.
Pork sabers, there you go, just pork sabers. Why did I say pork sword? Just pork sabers. I know very little about Star Wars, as you can tell. I've watched all the movies. I just have committed nothing to memory. Nothing.
Next thing it knows, we see Miss Piggy with her sausage chucks, because they're like sausage nunchucks.
Just sausage chucks. That would be... You can't...
Sausage chucks.
That would be horrible. Why has she got the intestines of one of her relatives in her hands? That's horrible.
It could be worse. We could have seen her pull them out of one of her friends so that she could use them.
Just pulls it out of like the oh god, the guy that was like the captain of the pigs in space. He just pulls it out. Can I have those back? I'll give them back to you in a moment.
Then she needs a lasso, so she pulls another pair of intestines out of somebody else.
Just several of the respective gold bikini wearing male pigs just reach down their stuffed shorts and pull out sausage chucks. Just here you go. She doesn't have to rip out anything. She had them castrated. You get to keep these as weapons for when I need them. One guy just picks out a really small pair. Oh, no, you can keep those. We're fine. We didn't need that.
You can throw those if we really need to annoy him.
You can give the micro chucks to Melissa McCarthy. Just, here you go. What am I supposed to do with these?
What the fuck am I going to do with these?
They get into some weird, like, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, like, aerial battle.
And then Melissa McCarthy, like, flicks the micro chucks into Miss Piggy's eye.
It's like, pot sticker. Pork sticker. Just,
pork stickers.
Pork kebab. Anyway, I don't know. I want to absolutely ruin the mental image the kid. Just like how they did with they did it with Winnie the Pooh, obviously. With Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. They've done it with the Grinch now. They're thinking about doing it with all sorts of other characters. They're coming into the public domain. They're slowly ruining childhood for all these kids.
But they're not even ruining childhood for the kids. They're ruining childhood for the adults who grew up with that as kids.
Great-grandpa used to show me that. It's all ruined. I'm sorry, Great-grandpa. He had a heart attack after he saw this. Why are you making him watch this? He's 105.
You know what's funny? Some of your great-grandpa sound a little bit like Jennifer Coolidge. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Why are you watching this?
Great-grandpa died after watching this. Oh my god. Are you alive? Are you breathing, Grandpa? He survived the war. Couldn't watch your movie for 5 minutes. Just...
Oh, God.
All right. There you go. That's how we end the movie, though. It has to be like a face-off between the Kiss puppets and Emperor Palpatine Kermit with Gimp Fozzie. And I think that it's a whole battle and Gimp Fozzie is just standing there, and then at some point, just like Darth Vader, like the Gimp suit almost looks like Darth Vader. It's a Gimp suit, but it's almost a Darth Vader Gimp suit. And I think at some point he snaps after Emperor Palpatine Kermit kills like 2 or 3 of the guys from Kiss, and you just see him wrap the chain around Kermit's neck, and he's just waka 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 waka, just screaming that out.
And you know what? Gonzo comes in and throws his chickens.
Chicken chucks. There you go. That's what we needed right there. Just 2 chickens biting onto each end of a chain. Just
2 chickens, 1 cluck.
Feel the power of my chicken chucks. Just
Chick chucks. That's what they're called. Chick chucks.
Chick chucks. These are all like he's the only one not dressed in like Star Wars gear though. He's dressed like fucking Shaft. Or not Shaft, Huggy Bear. Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch, the one that was played by the version that was played by Snoop Dogg. He's got the full on like goldfish in his fucking boots and everything. His platform boots.
And throws his chick chucks.
Right. He's the only one that refuses to get in Star Wars cosplay gear for this movie. It's like, I'm not playing up to your fucking fantasies. Taste my chicken chucks. Tastes just like chicken.
All we hear is just still waka waka.
Just him just choking out Kermit. Just waka 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 waka. Just wide-eyed, just bug-eyed Fozzie.
Like he's lost his mind.
Right. Just lost his mind. Well, because at some point during the movie, doesn't like Darth Vader like pick up Palpatine and just throw him down into that fucking hole in the ship?
Yeah, whenever
He kills
when
Palpatine.
Luke.
Right. Basically to save his son. In this case, it's just Fozzie snapping and choking out Emperor Palpatine Kermit in like the worst way. Just gimp chain around the neck. You know. So there we go. And literally the entire climax of the movie is done with Happy and Nick Sachs, Phil and Bubbles, and Melissa McCarthy's character just standing to the side like, the conclusion of this movie had nothing to do with us. Nothing.
They're just standing there like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Like, literally, I feel like there should be some commentary. Like, literally, we didn't even have to be in this movie for this movie to take place, and you paid us for this. Just...
So, guys, we won.
Hey, we won! What did we do? Nothing?
Nothing.
We
still got paid for it.
It all imploded right over there. Nothing. Yeah, just...
Let's go get some shawarma.
Smoothie steps out of his human suit and just walks away into the sunset. Little bunny tail wagging behind him.
You know what? No, he's got this. He's got his glitter jizz coming out. His little glitter trail.
Oh, that was satisfying. Just... So what? He's got eggs. He's got Mr. Bumble's cub ducts, or what is that? Just woo, piss and glitter the entire time. There's glitter leaking from your chest, Smoothie. What is that? I came. You should see where the eggs went. Anyway. I came and shat myself at the same time. I laid an egg. Ooh. There's little baby smoothies right there.
Oh my god.
All
baby
right.
Smoothies.
I mean, I didn't even know where a movie like this would even fucking go. It'd be a weird fucking sequel. It would be. But
it was a weird fucking movie.
The only way that you could go with this is by just taking it to another level and using iconic characters in the worst ways humanly fucking imaginable.
You gotta fuck up people's childhood.
You know what I'm thinking? The Swedish chef, basically as the puppet from Saw.
Oh god.
Would you play the game with me? Would you going to play a game? It's a place to two meatballs inside of you. Just I don't fuck.
Oh god. Oh god.
You gotta have Bunsen and Beaker somewhere, but they're just their own people. Because they were fucking weird to begin with in that show.
You know what? They're over there cooking sugar.
They're basically the Jesse and Walter White of this movie. They're cooking. Yes. They're basically the ones that are selling the drugs. He's basically Jesse, but it's in reverse. So you'd expect Jesse to be Beaker, basically. Me. Mm-hmm. But I think Jesse is the Walter White with the pork pie hat. I think Jesse is the basically the bad guy here. He is the Walter White here, and the Jesse. Sorry, I said Jesse. Beaker is the Jesse of this. Is not the Jesse. He is the Walter White, and Bunsen is the Jesse of the situation. Right. So he's like the big bad drug dealer. You can't understand a word that he's saying. Me. You know who else I want in this? I know that you don't like Sesame Street. Sesame Street, but I really want those two aliens. Yep.
Yeah.
I really want
Like I know who you're talking about.
I want those aliens to like be in the front row of the strip club, where the little goblin guy is doing his show, and they're just like yep.
Oh god.
Glitter just sprays everywhere.
I'm fucking dead. I'm so dead.
Like they shoot off glitter like party poppers though.
Oh god. Oh,
not the piss glitter that the bunny had. Just poof. Their eyes just go wide. And poof. All right. I don't know why I'm throwing other people in here just for the hell of it. Just because, like, you want to have side characters in there doing weird shit in the background, you know? Mm-hmm. The Swedish meatball guy has snapped and he's taking his revenge on puppets from his past.
All
putting
the puppets from his past.
and putting them
But
in
why does that
weird
remind me of a Menu?
culinary style murder machines. You know,
That's just reminding me of Menu.
The Menu. That's a great movie. That was a great movie.
I need to
enjoyed
see
that.
it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I mean I think it's on Peacock or Tubi or it's on one of the two. But I plan to watch it this week.
This time I'm only acting weird and giving you the weird face because you said that reminds me of The Menu. And I'm like thinking you saw The Menu. That's how it reminded you of it. It reminds you of what? The idea behind The Menu that you read on the Netflix, prompt at one point?
No, what I saw in the previews.
The preview for The Menu. If
Yeah,
you
it
have
seemed
not
like they
seen
might have
the
been cooking people.
honestly, the previews do no justice to that movie.
I heard a lot of people said that the movie kind of sucked, but I still kind of want to watch it. I guess they didn't say it sucked. It was anticlimactic.
Subsequently, those people fucking suck. I think they rushed the ending. They could have drawn it out just a little bit more, but I understand why they did what they did. It was a really good movie. I had to watch it a couple times, and I didn't regret watching it any time that I watched it. So,
I plan to watch it soon.
Anna Sophia Robb.
She was in that movie?
Yes. She's like the lead character.
That was Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, it was. And now, I feel it is time to go because I've embarrassed myself. Because Anna Sophia Robb is not Anya Taylor-Joy.
No, she is not.
No, she is not.
Because that movie also starred
Motherfucker. John Leguizamo. Judith Light.
Amy Carrero.
Amy Carrero.
If you don't, she was a Hispanic girl in there. Kind of looked.
She was the one in Young and Hungry, right? Young and Hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting to.
The one that was dating John Leguizamo.
I didn't know that, but it's like I know that Amy Carrero was in there, and I loved her in Young and Hungry.
In the movie, though, they were at the same table together. He was her, or she was his date.
That's kind of cool. Now I want to watch it even more because I loved her in Young and Hungry. Like she's a great actress.
Wow, my brain took a. Mind you, I think it was just the 3-name thing that fucked with me.
Yeah, we'll take that as the reason you thought Anya Taylor-Joy was Anna Sophia Robb.
Yeah. It's the
Anya
same reason
Taylor-Joy,
why.
who also voiced Princess Peach in the Super Mario movie.
Go back several episodes, and there's an entire episode where we're talking about Will Ferrell, and I kept calling him Will Smith. Uh-huh. Yeah. This is why, like, I've only got a semi-functional brain, and I need people around me to go, what the fuck did you just say? Dude, rein it in.
That's why I'm like, Anna Sophia Robb. Yeah, that's why we love Anya Taylor-Joy.
Like, there was something you were talking about, the Oh Madame thing a couple episodes
from
ago.
Young and Hungry.
And you said it was from Young and Hungry. And without fucking skipping a beat, I said, no, it's not from that. It's from something else. And I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain for what it was fucking from. And you told me outright what it was from. And my brain still was going, no.
Yeah, so, the black woman from Young and Hungry.
Yes.
I was just, oh, madame.
Oh, madame. Yes.
Yolanda,
right. And
played by Kim Whitley.
And my brain, for some reason, just shut you down, and I kept going like, no, for like 5 minutes I'm trying to figure out where it's from, and you had already told me, and we could have saved 5 minutes to do something else. And I'm just like, nope.
Oh, my damn.
With that, we're going to wrap this up, and as Miss B is so fond of fucking saying, we're not even going to go into all the, hey, go see us here, watch us there, look at this here. We have pretty things over there. There's a place over here that has our name too. Go to it. Do the thing. Press the button. You've already pressed the button. You're listening to us and you're regretting it right now. So, as Miss B would say...
Drink some water, you thirsty bitches.
Was that dramatic pause? Is that what that was right there?
Yes.
Dramatic pause, and you didn't realize I was like, do it. Do the thing. Say the thing. I'm looking
at you. Drink some water, you thirsty bitches.